Guys, can we just talk about one of my favorite things in the whole world right now? Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about eyebrows. I love eyebrows so much. Lately, in the last like year and a half, I've probably become mildly obsessed because eyebrows frame your face and they just complete your makeup look and make such a big difference. If you're looking at me right now and thinking I might look a little wonky, that's because one of my eyebrows is done and one of them is not. Now my eyebrows are really light. They can look non-existent sometimes. So for me, filling in my eyebrows is a must. So let's go ahead and get into how I fill my eyebrows. I fill in my eyebrows with 2 different products depending on my mood, what kind of a brow I want. So sometimes I use the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. So fancy. And my color is taupe. And I use this when I really want my eyebrows to be on point. And when I just want them to look like amazing, because it has this awesome little tip, I guess, and it's self-sharpening, so it's always perfect and ready to go. The reason I love this is because it gives you that fine hair stroke like look. So if you have super sparse brows and you want them to look fuller, more naturally, something like this is gonna be the way to go. It takes a little more time for me because I'm really like drawing in little hairs. So that's why I don't use this on a daily basis. But the other awesome thing about it is it has a little spoolie on the end, which is super helpful and important to use when you're doing your brows. So the product and method I'm going to use today is just using eyeshadow. And that is because it is faster for me and it's super, like, I don't know, easy and gets the job done. So I'm going to show you this way because this is what I've been using on basically a daily basis when I just want to do my eyebrows. So I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, and you can use, there's tons of like actual brow like shadow palettes if you want to go that route. I've just noticed that this works really good for me. I use this light color, and then on the ends sometimes I'll use this darker brown. So you'll notice with these colors that they're more cool toned, which is super important that you use kind of cool tones on your brows so they don't look like super warm and orangey, or you know, you want to have nice brows without them like standing out and being like flashy, you know? So I'm gonna show you how we do this. So first I'm going to start by dipping my brush in the lighter color, and I just tap off the excess so you don't have a bunch of like powder like falling everywhere. So what I'm going to do is start in the very front, and I'm just going to follow the line of my eyebrows. Now, this has been a journey for me to get my eyebrows where I want them to be. I've really had to work on growing them out, and I've even used like eyelash serum to get them like where I want to be. And even though they're really light and still fine, I'm just so much happier with the shape that they are. So I'm just following this line, following the leader. The leader. That's my favorite movie, P.S. Peter Pan. Okay, so I just started by following this line, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start pushing the product up into my eyebrow. So I'll turn my brush horizontally. Oh, and this is an angled eyeshadow brush, which is awesome because it kind of helps you get into the little angles you want. So I'm just pushing it up and then filling in the like middle area. And then in the front of my brows, I like to switch my brush vertically and just kind of feather it in to the front. I personally don't like my eyebrows to look super blocky in the front, so that's kind of why I do that. And you just figure out what works best for you. Like, there's no one way to do your eyebrows or one product. Okay, so now that I have most of it filled in, I'm going to work in the top, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the bottom of my brows, and I'm just going to follow the line and go all the way down to the tail. Now in the front, I'm using a really light hand because I don't want it to get blocky. And then you can use a heavier hand once you get to the outside of your brow. It's hard for me to remember and be okay with the fact that eyebrows don't have to be twins. They can be sisters or besties. So don't like spend super long trying to get them to be the exact same. And I'm a little OCD, so sometimes that's hard for me. Okay, now that I have the top kind of filled in, I'm just gonna dip it in the darker brown and just kind of make the tail a little bit stronger. And you don't have to do this. When I'm doing a lighter makeup day, normally I'll just stop with the light color. But for today, I got my smoky eyes on, so I'm gonna make my brow a little stronger. Okay, there we go, just like that. Oh, so much better. I don't have to have anxiety anymore that I only have one eyebrow done. I'm crazy. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my spoolie and just brush through the product. It's just gonna make it so the product blends really well into your eyebrows. I like to brush my eyebrow hairs up in the front and then kind of push them over a little bit on this side. And I don't like my eyebrows to be perfect, so I like to mess them up a little bit. Okay, so I stopped there, I've brushed through it, all is well. Now when the front feels like it's getting a little too blocky for me, I just use my ring finger and I barely just kind of like push the product off. I'm not trying to wipe it all off, just trying to soften that edge. And if I have any harder edges like underneath, I'll just lightly rub it. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna challenge you guys, if you haven't been filling in your eyebrows or you just don't touch your eyebrows at all, I'm gonna challenge you to get a product, even go try out a product at Sephora or Ulta, and just see how you feel with your brows done and give it a try because it's amazing what eyebrows can do. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.